How can one officer be allowed to rack up $160,000 in overtime for non-police related work? I-Team reporter Jessica McMaster is putting this all into perspective after reading through the city's contract with the police union.
Independence, a blue-collar community where the median income is $50,000. So how is it possible an Independence police officer made more than $169,000 in overtime for non-police related work? It's the question the people who live here want answered.
Well, Independence seems to waste a lot of money, and this is just an example of it.
We studied the agreement between the City of Independence and the Fraternal Order of Police. Section 8, Article 20 addresses overtime. While it stipulates overtime is equal to time and a half, there's no cap on how many hours a police officer can work.
Every place I've worked has had a cap on overtime.
This calendar shows how many days the officer worked overtime in the past year. In August, the officer worked overtime every day but 6.
What about this organizational culture within the police department ever made anybody think this was permissible?
While there's no max on overtime, City Manager Zach Walker has launched an investigation into what the overtime was for. Work done outside of uniform on the inside of the detention center and police department. Paint, carpet, and upgrades to the booking area. All things Walker says could have been done by maintenance staff for the cost of materials.
One of the things I want to learn from this is how can we put better controls in place?
When it comes to the city's finances, Walker tells us he takes responsibility for what happened on his watch, but adds the rules were broken when someone in police leadership signed off on the work.
Ultimately, everything in this organization comes back to me.
The main officer in question indicates on his OT slips the work was signed off on by former police chief Brad Halsey. Some work also took place under acting chief Ken Jernigan, who was placed on paid administrative leave while Walker orders an audit of the police department's finances. For the I-Team, I'm Jessica McMaster, KSHB 41 News.